Here we go then. As the title of the stream indicates, this one's all about saving the job, I'm afraid. We've just been offered a new job. As it goes, I'm not sure why we're in demand, but today we are up against it. However, we have hope. I will explain all shortly, but let's welcome some people in first of all. Rook is in and then out again. He's doing his workout. Darren Taylor is with us. Coloured Sands is with us. The fabulous Simon Thornley is with us. Top moderator in the Manager's Seat Discord, by the way. I think there might even be a link in the video description that works now, if anybody wants to follow the Manager's Seat Discord. Big thank you to Simon, by the way, for Saturday's Save Ideas video. It was a little bit of a triumph. It's got more views in 48 hours than the previous two best save ever videos, I should say, have got almost. So well done, Simon. Absolute superb effort on that one. Neil's with us. Promise not to mention a certain striker from the 90s. Don't know what you're referring to, Neil. Absolutely no idea. What season are we in now? Season 4 of The Save, Neil. But remember, we simmed through that first season to take control of Kingstonian. So we are we're in February of season 3 being in charge. AM13 is with us. Isaac Lockett, who has a big part to play in today's story, is with us. Nathan Marsh is with us. Welcoming Nathan. JB is with us already. Thank you, JB. Very punctual today. Joshua, you have some border adventure related news. One good and one bad. I'm intrigued as to how a Football Manager series that ended in FM20 still has ongoing news, Joshua, so you are going to have to let us know exactly what's going on there. Joshua's back. He wasn't gone. I think it might be your renewal time. It's exactly 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, Joshua, since you became a fabulous member of the Llama Army, and we thank you for that. Nikos is with us. Degani's Nikos. Got no game is with us. Let's save that job. Easier said than done. Got no game. Monkey in the Fog is with us. Afternoon all. So let's get into the game, shall we? Surprising start, I would say. Let's have a little look at this. We're in demand. Look at this. Dartford's in Kent. It's not in London. But Dartford have offered us a job interview. Welcome in, GB, by the way. They're bottom of the National League. Brace yourselves. This is the division above us. And we would have, 11 games to try and make their way to promotion. Or we would hope to return them to the National League at the first attempt next season. We can't, of course, do that. Dartford's not quite a London club. It's just over the borders in Kent. But we're in demand. We're in demand. Why? Why? I hear you cry. Indeed, because the form's not been great. We've not played a huge number of games since Friday's stream. But the ones we have played have been, fruitless, shall we say. Fruitless. Talis is with us, by the way. Didn't see you sneak in there. Had a thought over the weekend of another French 11 player to consider. Maybe William Gallas. Well, Talis, you will be pleased to know that today is time to pick our back three of our all-time French players in the Premier League. We've already got Fabien Barthez, World Cup winner, in goal. We have Eric Cantona, not a World Cup winner, as far as I can remember, by the way. Didn't ever go to a World Cup, Eric Cantona, but certainly multiple times Premier League winner. Not sure he ever got any European trophies. Eric Cantona aficionados can correct me on that. But we're going with a back three today. So don't start naming them yet. Just percolate on it. So we've got the last, what have we got? Last 30 years since the Premier League came in, I guess. central defenders we're after, or maybe fullbacks that could move across. See how you do with that. What else have we got? What else have we missed here? We've got Simon Thornley beating Truro. Well, we'll get you a job every time. That's not far from your neck of the woods, is it, Simon? Harry, good evening. Welcome in. Here we go. Joshua Brown, the bad news is that Sporting Club Toulon are rock bottom of the French 4th tier with 1 win from 25 games. That is very bad news. Isaac Lockett, been thinking of random names all weekend, have you? Fabulous. Paul Piercy, what about Larice? It's a fabulous question. What about Larice? Well, we had a poll in the chat in Wednesday's stream, Paul, and Fabian Barthez edged the poll. It was close, but Larice lost out, as did L'Enfant Terrible, Nicola Anelka. He missed out as well. So we've got a front two of Cantona and Henri, which I think is still pretty competitive. Talis, I don't know how I got that name. It just popped into my head. I think it was whilst watching Serge Aurier against Everton. They act similar. William Gallas, Chelsea classic. Did Gallas play for other English clubs? Did he play for Arsenal? Am I right? Chelsea and Arsenal? Gonna have to let me know. Gonna have to keep me updated anyway. So to our run of form. It's not great, is it? I think we'd left off drawing 4-4 in the last game against Hayes and Yedding. And it almost looked like we'd not won a game since. We went down to Ebbsfleet in the FA Trophy, but they're a superior side, so I wasn't concerned. 1-1 against Salisbury, 1-1 against Wealdstone, played well in both games. 3-2 against Gloucester City, again looked good. Creditable 1-1 draw with Bath. We lost to St Albans, but it was a free kick goal that gave them an unassailable lead. Once the side goes 2-0 up against us, they're pretty much out of sight. But look at the XGs. We were in this game. We were battling in this game. We were fighting in this game. We didn't look outclassed in this game. A 1-1 draw with Folkestone. And I have to show you their equalising goal because we look good again. Look at that XG of 1.83, plays 0.87. And then our goalkeeper, who, by the way, is not Christian Dibble. More on Dibble news later. But look at this. We got Dibbled. Now, I think Dibble is trying to sneak back into the side in disguise as our other goalkeeper, Asagi, because this was Dibble-esque, I have to say. The weak-wristed palm into his own net rather than the harmless catch. It felt very Dibble-y. I have to be honest. Joshua Brown, we got good news. The good news is that the keeper David von Bournemouth, replaced at Luzerne, Damien Verglas, is now the backup goalkeeper at Shrewsbury. Small world, indeed. I think that outweighs the bad news, doesn't it? Isaac, he played for Spurs, did he? Talis, Chelsea, Arsenal and Spurs. But yeah, absolutely. It was like our journeyman career here, except he didn't play for Kingstonian. Harry, looking like a season outside the playoffs at this rate. Indeed, Harry, I think you are right. But that doesn't mean that much work has not been taking place behind the scenes over the weekend. I have been to school over the weekend, courtesy of Mike, who may well be in later, and our good friend Isaac Lockett, who is already in the chat. We've been working very hard over the weekend to try and learn a little bit of data analysis, which is not easy for somebody of my limited intellect and my inability to comprehend numeric information. But well, we've been going to school. We've been trying to have a look at some team information. We've learnt lots about our team. We've been looking at some of our player information. We've learnt lots about Christian Dibble, by the way, such as he has an expected goals prevented of -12, more or less, which I'm led to believe by my data analyst experts. By the way, that's Mike and Isaac, not anybody I've hired in Football Manager. That means basically he's letting in tons of soft goals. So we brought Joseph Asagi into the side. He had a positive expected goals prevented when he took the gloves. He's now at nearly -3 himself. So, not superb. But we have been looking at, courtesy of Mike, we've been looking at some statistics, some data, if you will, about each of the different areas of our team. By the way, these are views that Mike has made available in the Manager's Seat Discord. And we've been looking at our players compared to their key tackles per 90 minutes, the interceptions that they're making, how they do aerially, how good they're doing at regaining possession of the ball. Something, by the way, that we've been looking at in relation to our midfield players as well. And Isaac, expert in the very highest sense, you are indeed a data analyst by trade. I'm not sure who better there is that we could consult. So we've been having a good look at this data as well as jumping into some of the detailed team data. Some of it, I would say, actually, was quite upsetting, especially the amount of goals that we've been conceding. Here we go. From indirect free kicks. You will see us there at the bottom of the table. You just saw the highlight of the goal 2 games ago where Asagi palmed one into his own net. Kingstonian have conceded 8 times from indirect free kicks this season. And Bath, St Albans, Oxford, Worthing, Poole and Hayes and Yedding are yet to concede at all from indirect free kicks. That was a worry, so we've tried to address it. We weren't getting enough clean sheets, so we've tried to address it. There were also some more concerning statistics as well. I've even been, by the way, into the data hub voluntarily, I might add. I've also found this rather beautiful little thing as well. I never knew this existed. This down here is rather sumptuous, I must say. I mean, on a game-by-game basis, I've even been going in and having a look at my players and just seeing things like, when are they winning the ball back? Where are they giving the ball away? How many interception tackles are they making? Are we crossing from the right areas? I've even been looking at a cheeky heat map occasionally as well, to see where players have been on the pitch. Are they getting forward as much as I would like them to? Oh, it's been an epic tour, my friends. I can tell you, and hopefully we've designed something that might be a little bit more robust, although we're not promising anything. So, Harry, you believe in the miracle run now, do you? And got no game. Dibble saves that. Would probably have let in 3 others, but Dibble saves that. So I think, to cut a long story short, got no game, we're pretty much saying Christian Dibble, done at this level. I can't imagine a scenario where we do the Dibble again. I think we're done dibbling. We dibbled. We dabbled with Dibble. We're done dabbling with Dibble. We will dibble no more. Dibble over. And I think we're all just going to have to, I don't know, resign ourselves to the fact that Dibble is not the answer. We should also resign ourselves to the fact that Dibble was never the answer, and I should not have been giving him as many games in the team. 15 starts in total. It was a horrendous error on my part. Now, let's start talking. Harry, you've brought up the playoffs. The playoffs, unlikely at this stage. Unlikely. I think we're 9 points off. We've got, 12 games to make up a 9-point deficit, and that would be to scrape. It's looking unlikely. Ryan Loft, the player I had on trial and decided wasn't good enough, has 30 goals. That absolutely breaks my heart. That he scored them in 30 games breaks my heart further. We are going to struggle next season as well. It's good news, isn't it? It just gets better and better and better. You've come along for a promotion party. Not a bit of it. I'm giving you mid-table obscurity with the news that things are going to get worse next year because The board have continued to slash next season's budget. Remember that a year ago we had a budget of £9,000 per week. It was reduced this season to £8,000 a week. During the course of this season, they reduced it from £8,000 down to £4,800. They've slashed it again. Next season's budget is looking like it's going to be £3,500, but a third of what it was when we joined the club. So we're going to be operating on a shoestring next season. When we first joined the club, we could offer wages up to £475. That went down to £400. This season, the most we've been able to offer one individual player is £300 per week. Next season, I think it could be 200 squidlets per week. So we are going to be shopping around in the bargain basement. Lots more players on non-contract terms. It's going to be very, very difficult, I think. Junior, you're reminding me of Jeremy Clarkson when he says, I went on the internet and I found this. Well, I went on the internet and I found Mike and Isaac. Joshua, I think we have to make the playoffs next season and aim to win the league the following. Well, you don't ask for much. The only thing that can save us, Joshua, is tactical improvements, because I think on the playing side, things are going to get worse in terms of the players we can bring into the club. What I'm hoping for is that now that new gens are coming through, we might be able to get more players on loan, particularly ones where we're not contributing anything towards their wages. That is at least my hope. If we could get 5 solid citizens on loan in the starting 11 that don't cost us a proverbial penny, we might have a chance of being competitive. Absolutely Fabregas is with us. Welcome in to you. This is going to be fun. Agonisingly fun. I have to be honest, I am loving it at Kingstonian. And the more those scoundrels slash those budgets, the more I'm enjoying it. In the background, by the way, while you continue to keep me entertained, I'm still 5 days away from the next game. Kellen Hickinson's back in training. Hello, sir. Forgive me for a moment. Let's get him on the old general rehab, something that people often forget to do when a player's making their way back from a long-term injury. I am loving this. Absolutely loving this save at the moment. It's getting tougher and tougher. I feel like I am up against it. I feel like we've not even started the hard part yet. That's going to come when the budgets get slashed for next season. I don't think many of the players that we have now are going to agree to new contracts, although I am excited about the challenge of making them try. I'm excited about recruiting their replacements. We're going to go to town on data-led recruitment this summer because, again, my good friends Mike and Isaac have taught me much over the weekend about that, especially if I want this hard-working, combative style. Why on earth am I signing players like Levi Amanchi with teamwork of 7 and work rate of 6? It's a good question, and one that I'd neglected to ask myself. So we're excited. We are excited. Joshua Brown. Okay, having seen those numbers, do the board even want you to succeed? No. Well, they just don't want us to go bankrupt. There is news, however. Somewhere amongst this, we'd have to scroll down and find it. The chairman has announced that they are retiring. So a new chairman will take control of the club. I don't know whether that might mean that there might be some kind of clearing of the debts, at least partial clearance of the debts. So that is a hope. That is at least a hope. Joshua Brown, have you looked at other jobs? You'd be thinking about jumping ship. I have indeed looked at other jobs. I went for the Red Star Parish job and didn't even get an interview for that. I think the only way I would get a job is if a London club that's in trouble in the Vanarama National, or indeed on a Poole runner form in the division we're in, was to sack their manager. I think that's the only way we would get even an interview right now. I mean, there's nothing doing at the moment. Certainly don't think the move abroad is on yet. Coaching badges are not on yet. But I have to be brutally honest with you, Joshua. I would quite like to stick around for next season when things get really dire. It's why I enjoy playing the game. Monkey the Fog, any chance of a billionaire takeover or even someone who's got £10 worth of book tokens? We take the book tokens right now. Take a bag of Rolos right now, I think. Talis, board does seem kind of betting on going down at the moment with everything being cut. But they don't know what we know, do they, Talis? We're doing the press conferences now, by the way, as well. I don't know, I'm just trying to attack every angle. I'm not always reading them, especially when on stream. I'm just kind of ticking the second option from the left there. But it seems to be a system that works. Press conference was just fine. James Wilson was expressionless. Coloured Sands, 3 seasons. Oh, hello, Coloured Sands. What are you up to here? 3 seasons in Turkey with Alanyaspor. How have you got through 3 seasons? I swear you were talking us through your start of your save, weren't you, on Friday? You've got through 3 seasons pretty fast. So we've got 3 seasons with Alanyaspor. We've got 3 league titles, 3 Turkish Cups, 2 Super Cups. You lost... That's sobering, isn't it? 16 zip on aggregate to Real Madrid. Talis, you'd be considering a new club or looking just in case. But come on, Talis. Strap yourself in. We want the bumpy ride, don't you? And if we get sacked, hey, we get sacked. Too many people in Football Manager feel the sack. There's something quite bracing, quite liberating, quite macabrely delightful, I would say, about getting sacked in Football Manager. Salty B, the finest streamer this side of Twitch, is with us this afternoon. Welcome in, sir.
Afternoon, everybody.
How on earth is your good self this afternoon, Salty B? I would imagine, I don't want to make assumptions, but I would imagine we're in some kind of hostelry. Are we not? Are we in some kind of local establishment where... I don't know, you're enjoying some liquid refreshments and a nice pub lunch? Come on, let me know, Salty B. Where on earth are we? Where do we find you? There is a little link, by the way, and I'm taking you outside of YouTube. You'll have to forgive me there. Little link to Salty B's Twitch channel. He was live yesterday. It was wonderful fun. We were having fun with flags, at which I was absolutely useless, as well as watching another good bit of Indonesian Football Manager. Good time was had by all, I would say. Sean Hammond is with us. Never anything short of an absolute pleasure when Sean Hammond joins us for a stream.
Afternoon, everybody.
Welcome in, Sean. Hope this afternoon finds you in fine fettle and triumphant mood. Nathan Marsh, yes, Coloured Sands is doing very well, isn't he? Talis, Real Madrid are one of those teams. One of those teams. Simon Thornley, in real life. Something like 90% of management jobs end in the sack, don't they? In football or outside of football? In football, that certainly sounds pretty likely. Talis, okay. If we're going to brace for impact and being shot out of a proverbial cannon, now you're getting into the spirit, Talis. Here we go. Then you say next transfer window, we look at those released from the Prem, League One, League Two to sign on a free. You're absolutely right, Talis. I think if we show you under the hood a little bit, we go on to our short list. And if I remove any kind of parameters that I've put on here, the short list is getting pretty big now. We've got 260 players on there. We've got lots of players on this list that have been released from such clubs. Okay, that's Peterborough, forgive me, okay? But we've got lots of players that have been released. The problem is we're not in a position now to do anything about it. The problem earlier in the season was that I'd done all of my recruitment at a time when these players thought that they were too good for us. And around about now, when they've been out of work for 7-8 months, now they're starting to become a little bit more interested. My own club, Birmingham, by the way, have released Josh Andrews, a 6'6" target man who's only 24, and I could see as a decent replacement to old Nathan. But I'm terrified of triggering an offer for him because I know we can only offer £20 a week at the moment. But if he's still there when we're recruiting, with his teamwork and his work rate, not the aggression, could be an option. Forest could be an option. So you're absolutely right, Talis. We've got lots of targets like that in mind that were released last season, as well as ones that were released last season have found a club, but their contracts may well be up again this summer. So we've got plenty to play with, plenty to do. 4 Eyes Plays. You won your first promotion with Biggles Wade. Up the Wade. Well done. Salty B. 100%. In the Spoons, can we not tempt you to a slightly more high-class establishment, Salty? You're better than a Weatherspoons. You really are. Joshua, you've managed Spain while doing a Glory Hunter in back-to-back FMs. They are ridiculously trigger-happy. I've never been sacked. Never been sacked in Spain? Don't think I've ever been sacked in Spain. Sacked in Germany. Sacked in England. Sacked at this level a lot, I would afraid. Isaac Lockett, data in 2022 presented that the average tenure of manager is now down to 2 years and 4 days. I'm outperforming the average then. Greeno! Afternoon, Greeno!
Afternoon, everybody.
Greeno is another absolute fabulous individual. Too kind of him to spend his workday with us. Let's get a link to Greeno's. Greeno, I know that you've still got your Football Manager channel. I'm putting your foodie channel for people to check out down in the chat as well, because it's an absolute triumph of a YouTube channel. You're getting fabulous views, by the way, for some of your Magic Bag videos. So congratulations on that. I've not even read your message, by the way, Green. I just got excited that you'd arrived. What are we saying? Hoping to see a little more tactical acumen and ability to see out a game from the almighty Llama than you got from Gary Neal at the weekend. Update me. I'm out of touch. Were you 2-0 up against Arsenal? Am I making that up? Were you 2-0 up against Arsenal and then lost the game? Is that right? Simon Thornley, on the shortlist, you can add a column set for... Brace yourselves. Hello, Simon. On the shortlist, add a column. Insert a column. Which is that going to be in contract set for release? General set for release? Oh. Now. Look, we are in, February? That's not going to be of use of yet, but around April, May time. Simon, it's a delicious little find, and we thank you for it. Josh Andrews could be the new Blissett. I think you're right. No one else steals him. It's a waiting game. But, I mean, I would like a better target forward than that, to be honest. 6'6", I'd like a better jumping reach and a better heading, to be honest. And, by the way, our young friend Nathan Blissett, 35 years old now, performing fabulously in training. He's on a little upward trajectory right now. 2 goals and an assist in the last game. He notched a couple more in the previous half dozen as well. So we're looking very nice there. Craig Cochran, afternoon to you. Everybody seems in fine form, Craig. How did your club get on at the weekend? Did they play? Was it a weekend off? Isaac. Love a good... Yeah, who doesn't love a good... Well, I've never had a Magic Bag, but Greeno makes them look fascinating. Joshua Brand. First time you won them back-to-back World Cups, but then got sacked. Joshua, this has rankled you a little bit, hasn't it? What's happened here? You got sacked after the Euros, after taking the lead with 10 men. It's like you remember this well. It's not like you're holding a grudge. Second time you lost 3 consecutive tournament finals on penalties, and you got sacked after the third. That does sound a tickle on the harsh side. Greeno, you were 2-0 up, lost 3-2. Last kick of the game. It was Reece Nelson, wasn't it? Heartbreaking. You never thank me for a shout out. It's always a pleasure. Ethan White, Celtic to the Champions League winners using only Glaswegians like they did in 67 in your 4th season. It's going to take you ages, but that's the best save, isn't it, Ethan? And welcome in, by the way. Welcome in. I'm going out there with an unchanged lineup, by the way. The long-term struggles are the best kind, Ethan. That's why we're playing, isn't it? Jesse is with us as well. Top of the morn from everybody's favourite Canadian. That's not just restricted to me. That's a global phenomenon there, Jesse. And welcome in. RC is with us as well. How is it going? Is it all right, RC, if I tell you that after this game, If this game goes well, my mood might be described as borderline optimistic. If it goes badly and we're back to square one, I might reverse my decision. I think we're playing Worthing today, who are a decent side. We've kept a really steady lineup for the last few weeks as well, so we're unchanged again. And they are straight onto the attack 90 seconds into the game, which is not great. And that was not great either. Let's see if we can recover. Come on. Let's get in there. Let's win some ball. We're not making a good start at all, are we? And we're a goal. Okay. RC, there's your answer. How's it going? Disastrously, my friend, but thank you for joining us. Just when you think you're making some tactical progress, no, you get absolutely raided down the right. Your left fullback is woefully out of position. Your right fullback is easily beaten in the air, and your goalkeeper may as well not be there. And they run off, DJing to their own fans. Okay. Well, at least we can shout demand more. That makes the first shout of the game an easy find. And here we go. Bodnar to Shex, who's back in the side. Decent ball in. Harper is small, but Blissett is not. Why is their goalkeeper sat down before Blissett heads that ball? Have they signed Dibble without me noticing? What's their goalkeeper here? What's this little manoeuvre all about? Bodnar, it's a nothing ball in. I don't think Harper even wins this header. I think the defender does. No danger, you would say. No danger. The ball comes to Blissett. Still no danger. What's that? Has he tripped? Has he tried to anticipate that it's going near? It looks like, I don't know, has he found some loose change in the goal mouth? Oh, he's up quick again. He literally was hunting for precious metals on his own goal line. Never mind. Their mistake. We're back in the game. Now let's shout out some encouragement to the players. A quick riposte from us. Although we do look vulnerable. There's our target forward coming back and winning the ball. That we like. Here's Harper. Get down there and deliver, Harps. Okay, plenty of space. There's the delivery. Good. That's the kind of chance we want. When you're 6'5", you want to get it into the striker. Okay, we're looking a little bit better. Teddy Jenks is ahead of a midfielder, by the way. They've got Teddy Jenks. He's good. Close that down. Oh, Tomo. What are you doing? You're playing through balls to yourself. We don't have a player quick enough to get on the end of that. And we've got to win the ball back all over again now. Come on, work over. Now into the midfield. Oh, we're not winning the ball at all. Bodnar has been beaten in the air a couple of times. Make that 3. Oh. Asagi saves us right. Bodnar is getting routinely beaten in the air. He is jumping reach of 7. That would certainly explain it. Jake Heath could go out and play there with jumping reach. It's 32 minutes here, and we're making substitutions. Ben Kaninda comes on in the centre of defence. Call that reckless, call that rash, but I think that's 4 times I've seen Bodnar get beaten in the air. So I've made a change. I've not restarted the game, but I've made a change. Here we go. We're still level. We're not out of this game yet. Can we get another shout going? Come on. Let's encourage the players once more. Body language looks good. They've got a throw in. That's not so great. Oh dear. Shex. Okay. Larry King. Come on. Close him down. Come on. Close him down. Win the ball. Let's counter. Okay. There's our new better in the air right back. Didn't see it. Oh no. Ooh, I thought that was a penalty. All right. Well, look, we forced them back again. Oh, now we can't win the ball in the left back slot. We're under the cosh a bit here, aren't we? The aerial bombs are coming in. We've lost out. Oh. Fullbacks are getting beaten in the air. A lot. Oh, and we're 2-1 down. I've tried to fix it at right back. And what do you know? We get done at left back next. Oh, Mervyn King, former governor of the Bank of England, slings it in. And Kuhn rises above. What's that? Kinsella? It's just not good enough defending. Not good enough defending. What have we got going on over here, by the way? Craig, a comfortable 5-1 victory over St Mirren. Standard operations, Craig. Congratulations there. Jesse definitely saw some coin. Yeah. I wish he'd do that again. Simon, hopefully it was more than he's clean. Yeah, absolutely, Simon. And Mike. Oh, Mike. How's it going? Problems in the air at fullback at the moment, Mike. Problems in the air. Disappointed. We've made changes, Mike. We've made changes. We won the previous game 4-0 with these changes, although it was against bottom of the table. We're playing a much better side today. We've been under the cosh a little bit, and our fullbacks were getting beaten at the far post a lot, so I've tried to move a centre-back out there and brought a sub on after 30 minutes, so they went and beat the left-back in the air instead, just to spite me. What's Danny Preston like in the air? He's an 8. What's Kinsella like? Well, he's an 8 as well. So that would not improve things. Harper can play there. And he's a 7, so that wouldn't help either. All right. We go again. Left me a little something in my inbox. It's me, Mike. Is it a full rundown of everything that I'm doing wrong tactically? I have a spare 3 or 4 hours later to read that. Well behind on the XG here. We're not doing very well. Thompson is playing very poorly. Levi and Manchi is coming on. We're going to nudge this up to balanced. Devil may care. A goal gets us a point. Let's berate the players now. Will they respond to that? They will. They will. We don't have long left. And we're not creating anything. It's like the opposition have shut down a little. So what do we do now that the opposition have shut down? That? Maybe? Anything else we can do off the bench? Harper. Awful. That would be my last substitution. Let's do it. Oh, JM Thoughts is with us as well. Evening, Thoughtsy. Hope you're well. Good to see you. Fabulous hanging out with you and the rest of the gang last night. We had a cheeky little draft tournament last night, myself and JM Thoughts. Went very well for both of us. We didn't win it, but we were moral victors, I would say. Get that ball through. Levi, come on. Levi! Oh, thank you. There's the target man coming back and winning the ball. Shex, that's hopeful. But their goalkeeper, I love this guy. Let all of our opponents play with a goalkeeper like this because it's delightful. It's delightful. We got 10 minutes left. Kick-off highlight as well. Bobby Barry. God, he's got to be old now, hasn't he? McGlinchey. Just lay it off. Here we go. Over the top for Levi. Come on. All right. Okay. All right. Spread the play. Oh. No. Oh, no. Oh, they're in as well. They're in. They didn't play that ball. Their striker was in. They didn't play it. Okay. Let's go full Sam Allardyce here. Let's respect the point. Let's go back to our original system. The system that, led to us being 2-1 down. But let's respect the point here. Because Worthing are 5th. And I am not too proud to see out a point with 5th place Worthing here. Let's also do this. I know this is very cautious, but we've not been doing great. So a win and a draw would not be a disaster, particularly as we've been behind twice. No, not like this. Oh, Sargi tips it over the bar. Christian Dibble, of course. Well, what would he do? Answers in the chat now. What would Christian Dibble have done with that? Eating the football, perhaps. Good play by the strikers. Winger looked good. Not on the left. Back four, especially the fullbacks, suspicious. By the way, little question now. For those of you that have played a little bit since the winter update. Let's say with Brad. Have you noticed fullbacks getting poor ratings now since the winter update? They seem to get the lowest ratings on the pitch a lot of the time. I don't know whether that's a back four thing or whether that's just me having terrible fullbacks, but I see it a fair bit. We're still 9 points outside the playoffs after that point. Let's do some catching up, by the way. Four Eyes Plays, you tried Tyrese Onyeka, an Arsenal player, and went on to another team and got 45 goals. Very nice. Jen thoughts, respectable draft performance. What did we play? 7 games. I won 3, drew 2, lost 2. And in the 2 that I lost, well, I was 0-0 at 80 minutes in one and had a man sent off and lost. And I was 1-1 in the 95th minute in the other and conceded a corner goal. So I wasn't disgraced. It was actually the 2 draws I got. One which was against you, that I was a bit luckier in, actually. I was unlucky in the defeat, but very lucky in the 2 draws. Oh, no. Oh, no. They're starting to pick off our non-contract players here. This will diminish the squad. And I'm not too fussed about keeping Frimpong. But and he's not happy about negotiating anyway. We're going to start seeing our players picked off. That could be troubling. Thoughtsy. Fast becoming one of those lower league managers that managed the club for a decade in mid-table mediocrity. I aspire to mediocrity. I'd love it. Fullbacks have been trash all FM. Winter update hasn't held. Got no game. You've been caught on the counter-attack a lot more since the update. Could be a tactical thing. God. Hello, God. Welcome in. I noticed fullbacks getting lower rate. Thank you, God. You think part of the reason is because it's harder to cross now? Unless your fullbacks are very fast and can get past their defenders. That's nice. Thank you for that. JM Thoughts. I actually think this update has flipped some stuff. Issues you had with your personal preferred style not working when it first came out, which disappeared, seem to have come back. People are saying that this is a bit of a return to the beta. So, did you just see Emmanuel Petit getting sacked there? Is that news? Is that something that happened? Is Emmanuel Petit in management? Or is it the Portuguese former midfielder Petit? Have you just been sacked there, friend? First, 14th of Feb. He's just lost his job at Real Valladolid. Not Emmanuel Petit, though, unfortunately. A regular Petit. God, all your crosses are getting blocked. Is that something that you noticed that I missed there? Crosses are getting blocked. I'm not sure how I would negate that. I've already got hit early crosses on. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe they're trying to hit them when they're closed down rather than check back. I don't know. Something to watch, God. I like your analysis. Harsh Deep. Player faces not working. My player faces. No. They're working fine. Four Eyes Plays. Little tip. Do league games in your pre-seasons and go for... Do league games in your pre-season and go for big teams. You can get some funds in. I disagree. Four Eyes. At this level. I don't know whether it works elsewhere. I was looking at pre-season friendlies against top sides. And they've made me about £5,000, which I realise, you know, you do 5 of them, that's 25 grand, and the friendlies I were doing were only bringing in the hundreds. But I don't know, I didn't feel like 5 grand was worth the 5 whoopings we would take. Maybe we'll have a look again next season. What's up? You've dropped out of the team for something like 4 games. What do you mean, hi? What's happening? Who is this scamp that's breezed into the office? He's unhappy and he breezes, hi, what's happening? You're and that's flipped you. Okay. So, hi, what's happening? I've heard you're a bit unhappy. Okay. Sorry. I'll let you go if you want. Oh, okay, you're fine. You're encouraged now. Now that I've said you can leave, you're encouraged. Do the player interactions make sense in Football Manager? I know it's a part of the game that we would like to have, but is it realistic? Is it? Kai Havertz might score if he played against my team. He might. He'd probably play well at fullback for me. Oh, we've got an issue with Kaninda now, aren't we? Kaninda explains it all. Come on, what's your problem? Are you an ickle bit sad because you've not played for a few games? You're slightly positive. Are you going to get angry? Oh, no, just annoyed. Then leave? No. Okay, well, we can do this dance all season, Ben. All season. Joshua Brown. But Harry really does take after you. He wouldn't dream. Thank you. Appreciate the support, JB. Appreciate it. Do you get annoyed when you're not getting enough first team football? And then when I say, okay, you can leave the stream, you say, no, it's fine. What have we got over the next couple of games? Hampton and Richmond next. Let's have a look. 6th, tough game. 12th, not easy. 16th, 20th, 21st. It gets better. But it's going to be rocky for a little while. Be nice for players to react more when you... Yes, I don't see any of the player reactions really... I don't see them being realistic enough, to be honest. I think players are too quick to fly off the handle. I also think they're too easy to placate when they are annoyed. I don't know. It's a nice idea to get it into the game, but it's not perfect for my money. Not that I'm bashing the game. I will leave that for anybody that watches the match engine to do, but it would be nice if it could be refined, I think. It'd certainly be nice. By the way, we've come off the structured training, haven't we? Forgive me. Bear with me a second. I don't like the default training that it gives to the players to do. So let's get a good month in where we're actually doing more set piece work. I don't want to be doing match practice on a Thursday. Not interested in that. Let's get these in instead. More set piece work, teamwork, attacking movement. It's what we're after. Rook. Hello, Rook. You're back. Bang on schedule. You really should let your players stand on handles. They might fall and get hurt. Stand on handles? What have I been doing? Joshua, the match preview news items called us penny... Did it? Well, I think they're right. Does it need to be pointed out, though? Does it? Who's writing these reports? Good Lord. Anyway, we're taking on the Beavers. Kellen Hickinson. How long are you going to be recovering for? Potentially another 2 months. That's a heck of a layoff. Imagine your rehabilitation taking 2 months. Tomo did not play well in the last game. The fullbacks were weak in the air, but that's the first time I've seen that. I'm tempted to go unchanged again because fitness is fine. We did come back and rescue a point. We're at home against the Beavers. Let's see how we get on. Didn't he just come back from an injury? Who's that, Isaac? Kellen Hickinson just came back from an injury. Yeah, he's doing his rehabilitation. He was out for about 7 months. Hefty wage for a player that can't seem to stay fit. No. Kellen Hickinson. Oh. He is on a big wage. What are these? These old team talks are not hitting with the players either. Not hitting at all. Here we go. We're out again. Sorry, that should have been shouldn't let. Shouldn't let the players fly off the handles. Thank you, Rook. Now I'm with you. Big game today, then. We could go 3 unbeaten here. Oh, no. Early corner. Just clear it away. Oh, it's Jonathan Lecco. It's this game, is it? He broke a leg. He did. Broke a lower leg, I think. a real bad injury. Hello. Oh, I thought that was over the top for them there. Up, winners. Pick it up in midfield. Well done. No, we've got to win the ball back all over again. Another difficult start to a game. Oh, Lecco's in. Very difficult start. Oh, good afternoon, Pokes, you young scamp. Can't stay long. You're on childcare duty, are you? And I was on childcare duty. I wish I had time to stop by into people's streams. I thank you very kindly. Doesn't matter how long you're here for. Always a pleasure to see you. Goalkeeper has found the loose change that was in the other opposite goal mat last game. And how has this goal come about? Just run off the back of his marker. Good finish. Jonathan Lecco should not be at this level. As Josh McEachran teed him up, by the way, as well. What are you? You're 26 years old playing for 240 quid a week. I'll pay you 240 quid a week. Come and play for me. By the way, who fed him? It is. It is. Oh, God, look at those physicals. Still, exquisite passer of the football. Anyway, we're behind early again. We go demand more again. They've had 7 shots, 6 on target. It's the indirect free kicks. We concede from these frequently. Here we go. Braced positions. Oh, we've headed one away. And then they score from it anyway. Oh, Isaac, he is the former Chelsea player. Absolutely. Nathan Marsh, thank you very much. Very on brand. Have we dropped our little likey-likeys? Very kind of you. I wouldn't like yet, by the way. This is wretched, isn't it? Just wretched. It's just... We're just rubbish. David Ajaboy, by the way, I've had on previous versions of Football Manager. He's a good player. Here we go. Are we going to get back into the game, or are we about to go further behind? Here's Heath into Wilson. That's not the ball, is it? McEachran running the show. I mean, Blissett's on him, to be fair. These are nothing balls, though. By the way, Mike, if you're watching, why do our defenders lose possession so much? I think we have it in evidence here. They go back to front when there's no need to, and we don't win the ball. Thompson's flicking it on seemingly to himself. There's Tony Robinson. Oh, McEachran. Oh, look at that. I think he's offside there. Linesman? No, we've just given away a penalty instead. Oh dear, this is ugly. Absolutely. Bruno. Hello, Bruno. What's up? Well, what's down, Bruno, I would say. We're losing 3-0 to Hampton and Richmond in a season that's not going well at all. And we're starting to fear for our job, I have to admit. Andre, hello, quick question. Is it worth buying FM23 for someone who doesn't play the game very often? Maybe 2 to 3 times a week. I would say that 2 to 3 times a week, that is excellent value still. One of the cheapest video games you can purchase. And if you compare the sales price to the number of hours you would get of fun from it, compared to other forms of entertainment, incomparable, if you ask me. Go buy it now. Let us know which team you're taking on for your first save. We've gone forward again, but we're going forward to the wrong player. Now, that's the ball we want for him, and Tomo gets us a goal back. 3-1. Still not looking very good, though, is it? Milner Smith having a shocker. He's on a 6. Do we make a sub after 25 minutes and get Kaninda explains it all on? Can't do any harm, can it really? Let's do that. Good spot, by the way, Monkey in the Fog. Thank you very much. I'm tired of these, thank you. Okay, so Milner Smith off. Kaninda explains it all. Into the defence there. I mean, they are deserving. Look at those kind of ratios. 9 shots, 8 of them on target. We've had 1. Absolutely awful. Awful. Robbie, the Hampton and Richmond team is ridiculous. Would be good in the... I agree. I mean, they've brought in some real players. They've got them for bargain wages as well. Thrash the arms. Absolute garbage. Lewis, oh, you can't. No. Just no. The fullbacks are becoming a problem now, aren't they? The fullbacks are becoming a problem. Emil, how's it going? Oh, in life, Emil, delightful. In Football Manager, questionable. With 3-1 down and in the midst of a pretty difficult time, I have to be honest. The midfield, look at George Wilson as well. If I make another sub now, we'll get an injury straight away. So I'm going to have to keep my powder dry on that third substitution, but we are playing very poorly. Here's Shackelford. Drifting in field. Kaninda, I mean, that's just rubbish. I don't even want that goal. Take that goal back. I don't want my defenders really playing that ball. It's 3-1. I'm not counting this. So there, play it to the left back. That's what I want. Play it to the left back. Because that pass is on. Feed the wide man. Because he's got room to deliver. Or, he's got a left winger who could dart in behind and do something. This. I don't like the percentages of this. Don't like it. Anyway, what else we got? Jesse, watching you makes me want to kick off season 20. Kind of took the weekend off and got stuck into a game of Civ 6. Well, you're winning either way, Jesse, aren't you? Andre, you were thinking of starting off in your native Romania with either Stour, bringing them back to Champions League glory, or Astra, I'm just going to leave that at Astra, if you don't mind, and bringing them back on top. But you're not opposed to suggestions from everyone. Well, look, if you are in Romania and you want to start a Romanian save, I think you probably know better than us. The club that Haji owns, is that Farrell Constanta? Is it? Or have I made things up? I'm not an expert on Romanian football, but the club that Haji owns looks interesting. Very good youth development, haven't they? 3 shots, 2 on target. Not good. Not good. Oh, McEachran pulls the strings. We threaten to tackle him and then don't. Is that Mills that is in the league's top scorer, by the way? Is that him? No, it's not, is it? It's a different Mills. This is Harley Mills. He's quick, isn't he? Oh, good Lord. No wonder. No wonder our right back is having a torrid time. Oh, good Lord. The state of it. Good Lord. Okay. Here we go. We're back. Emil, first time you've heard someone complain about Sorry, a little bit ungrateful there, aren't I, Emil? Morning, Gaffer. Do you still have a job? Slender margins, Wolf, I would say. I mean, we're playing a good team, to be fair, aren't we? Let's see if we can encourage an equaliser, an undeserved equaliser. 3 shots in the entire match. This isn't good enough. It's not working, is it? Not working. We're not countering. We're not troubling the opposition. We're not hitting them on the break. We're not getting enough balls into the box. It's not going well. Okay. And for my final trick, Levi. Oh, goodness. Lordy. Oh, dear. Okay. So I think if we did that for that and then did a bit of that, a soupçon of that, no, not that, but of that. Oh, this is the hardest thing in Football Manager. There we go. And then that, and did that, and a little cheeky bit of that. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. We've got a goal to find. The combined height of our 3-pronged attack is bordering on 18 feet tall. Come on. Nothing's happening. Come on. Here we go. Amanchi, Shackelford. That's not the ball, Shex, is it? Travel with the ball. Okay, he's going to get seriously outnumbered. He's done well to win it back there. Credit to him. He's going to get roasted down that flank. It's the right idea. It's poor execution. Tony Adams in goal as well. He looks vulnerable. Oh, why? No. Stop it. Stop it. Come off it. Come off it now. We can't have this, can we? We can't have this. So, if the ball is if the ball's going over your head, okay, you've lost it. It's too late now. You've just watched it sail over your head. So, what's that? Come on. We need better than that. We really do. Anyway, McGlinchey. Oh, we're playing poor balls all over the place here, aren't we? A lot of space in the middle for them as well. And good night. Oh. That's not going very well at all. Andre, that's right. Farrell, great young players in there. Yeah, so they've got Georgie Hadji, I think, as chairman. And I think Chika Popescu's involved as well, isn't he? So that is an interesting one. Isaac likes the story of, what's that? Clinsani youth football programme. Jesse, are there any teams in the Netherlands lower divisions that need restoration? Not great for the old lower divisions. Oh my goodness me. I've just seen, sorry, I've ended showing you the game. I've just seen for the first time in my life a player attempt an overhead kick, and I think it was Old Man Blissett. It's not gone in, but it is possible. Here he goes. Brace yourselves. He sets himself up back to goal and... Whew, never seen that. Certainly not seen it at tier 6 before. Imagine that had gone in. We'd have still lost the game, but imagine if that had gone in. Let's pump those back up as well. Anyway, sorry, excuse me. I just got distracted by a bicycle kick. What else have we got there? So Jesse manages Rhoda JC, completely at random, a club with a long history in the top flight, but relegated in the early noughties. JB can't talk about Romanian football without mentioning Gabriel Debu. Brace yourself, JB. That's a very modern reference. That's FM23. The great Gabby Debulia, by the way. What a target forward he was. David Hall. Welcome in, David Hall. Great to see you. Never mind how we are, David. It's more important to get an update on how you are and how your team got on this weekend. Craig Cochran. Are you playing with a high defensive line? No, I'm playing with not just a standard, with a low defensive line. Because they're getting in behind all the time. Yeah, go figure that, Craig. I think... when you just saw them getting in behind, I'd nudged it up to, I think I might have nudged it up to standard chasing the game. But no, typically we play a low block, lower defensive line and drop off. So, Sean, sorry to say, but Sean, are we saying that? Are we going there? I mean, there's no threat of relegation, Sean. But it's not going well, is it? It's really not going well. Anyway, we have happier things to discuss. We need to work on the back three of our all-time Premier League French side. So primarily, I think we're looking for central defenders here that are French. Probably play for the French national team if they're to make it into our side. And have played in the Premier League era. So, get them going in the chat now. I'm going to jot down what I deem to be the best options. And we'll get a little poll going very, very shortly. So somebody has already mentioned William Gallas. So I think that's a nice idea. We'll get that one. GB, I think Laurent Blanc is a fabulous shout. Isaac is going for Lauren Koscielny. Andre Marley, I tell you what, Andre, we can put Desai in there all day. And if Desai doesn't make it in as a centre-back, I think we could go central midfield as well. Greeno is going for Frank Leboeuf. We've got Mikel Silvestre. Now the list is getting long. We've got Desai, Leboeuf, Gallas for Craig. Let me know your thoughts on Raphael Varane. Has he done enough in his career? As if, 3 or 4 Champions Leagues is not enough compared to my accomplishments in life. 50-metre swimming badge. Cycling proficiency. Ryan's got... here we go, Ryan. This is a nice list. So we've got Gallas, Koscielny, Desai, Blanc, Leboeuf, Silvestre, and Evra. Evra possibly could go up against Perez and Ginola. By the way, brace yourselves. Back into the game screen. Back in takeover rumours, by the way. Takeover rumours. Anyway, that's trundling on in the background. Okay, so so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start prepping a poll. And whilst I do that, let me know thoughts on Raphael Varane. Andre, are we talking about... Yeah, we're talking about overall career, not just how they performed in the Premier League. So, Marcel Desailly came towards the end of his career. When we do midfielders, Didier Deschamps was certainly towards the end of his. We don't necessarily have to have seen their best work in England like we did with, say, Thierry Henry, but we're going to judge them across the quality of them for their whole career. So let's go with, here we go, centre-backs. And I'm going to pop the first 4 in there. So we shall go with, we'll go with Gallas. And we'll go with Laurent Blanc. And we'll go with Mikel Silvestre. And Andre thinks Varane deserves a shout. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 5, 6. Varane deserves a shout. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think if we... Oh, there we go. I think we've got our 8 for the poll. Here we go. So we're going to go Gallas, Blanc. Let's throw Evra in there. And then final option is... Let's go Big Frank Leboeuf. And let's give you a couple of minutes to mull that over then. So whoever wins this poll is in. We'll then do a second poll, and whoever wins that is in. And then I think we'll get a cheeky repechage going, of all the best place losers. So we've popped Gallas in, we've popped Blanc in, we've gone Big Frank Leboeuf, and we've gone Evra. So I can set up the next poll as well, can't I? So... Oh no, won't let me start a new poll whilst the current one's running. But Laurent Blanc is doing all right in this one, isn't he? I thought Leboeuf might be the one that we went for, but here we go. Varane's got a World Cup as well. Good point. Remy Gard was a defender, but not sure how much he played in England at Arsenal. Yeah, kind of quite sparsely used, I think, wasn't he? One of Arsene Wenger's early signings. Is that right, Ryan? And then, well, I guess Petit and Vieira arrived and kind of trumped him a little. We got 2 days to match day over here. We're going to give you another 30 seconds if you haven't voted already. Who's your money on? Is it Gallas? Is it Blanc? Is it Frank Leboeuf? Frank Leboeuf, very underrated ball-playing defender. I was in the Mad Scientist 98-99 database last night, and Frank Leboeuf, oh, goodness me. Good on the ball. He could play. Oh, bear with me a second. Back into the game. Takeover rumours gathered fresh momentum as debt-ridden King Stone in a subject of a takeover bid Tony Palmer, we're pinning our hopes on, is intending to invest £525,000 in the club. Kingstonian board have placed an embargo on us. Well, you know, that's not a problem because we're penniless. Okay, let's end the poll right there. Laurent Blanc is our winner. So let's make a note of that. LeBoeuf did do well, didn't he? Gallas didn't do quite as well as I'd expected. Let's go with poll number 2 then. Centre-back number 2. So we are giving you, and forgive me for spellings here, Koscielny is a tricky one. Against Marcel Desailly. I mean, that's got the big guns in there. Mikel Silvestre, who started as a left-back, didn't he? But played a bit of time at centre-back for Man United. And then we've got Raphael Varane. This is stacked, this one. But the best place losers will make it into a repechage. So I think we'll go LeBoeuf and Gallas get a second chance. And then everybody that voted for Laurent Blanc, well, you never know, they get to cast another vote this time for LeBoeuf or Gallas. Pokesy, Blanc and Desai did well for you. Pokes, hello. How long have you been waiting to work that into the conversation there? And you got a 2-2 draw with a certain Football Manager content creator. Anybody we know, Pokes? Anybody we know? Anybody that said that if they lost to you in a draft, it would be one of the lowest points of their Football Manager journey. And then they had to rescue a very late draw against you with, let's face it, an exquisite goal by Pippo Inzaghi, but still. Ryan, Wenger recommended Guard to Arsenal before he became manager. Did he really? Francisco Koscielny, that's literally the worst defender ever. Well, let's see if he makes it in. Marcel Desailly, by the way, is romping to victory here. Isaac, only seen 2 of those players actually play. Well, you're a youngster, Isaac, and we don't need reminding that we have youngsters in the chat. Isaac, single-handedly, you bring down the average age of the stream. This is like a local hostelry. You know, one of those ones that have got that ye olde world charm to them, with older gentlemen sat around the fireplace. That's what you've stumbled into here. Pokes, for the sake of authenticity and integrity, you have either of those, do you, Pokes? We need to share with everyone that it was your wonderful self who could only manage a draw against me. Yep, you're right, Pokes. You got me. Could only get a draw against you. And I was, Pokes, I'll be brutally honest, I was lucky to get a draw. Let's end this, by the way. So let's end the poll. Marcel Desailly could not have been a more convincing victor, could he? Koscielny and Varane are also in the running for the repechage. So we're playing 3 at the back. So we got one last berth to fill. And it's with the best placed losers from those little heats there. So we are going Chelsea. Do we go legend? Maybe we do. Frank Leboeuf. We're going, I've played for every London club in the world, William Gallas. We're going for the worst defender ever, allegedly, in Laurent Koscielny. I remember Laurent Koscielny for... What a finish! What a goal! What a celebration! What a shot! One of our players running past him and slapping him on the head when we scored that goal. And then we're going to go for the new boy on the block, but still a World Cup winner and multiple Champions League winner, Raphael Varane. And the winner of this final poll is going to make up our back 3. So we're going to have Laurent Blanc, cultured. We're going to have Marcel Desailly, Champions League winner at Marseille. Champions League winner at Milan also? I'm going to say I think so. I think we've got 2 great ones in the bag. Joshua Brown, I'll be honest, I think Halftime Team Talk has found out Frank Leboeuf exists. I'll be honest, this halftime team talk is how... Oh, you'd not heard of Frank Leboeuf? Which I think, en français, means the beef, doesn't it? Francisco, Ricardo Carvalho, not eligible, unfortunately, because he's Portuguese, and we're putting together the all-time best French players to play in the Premier League. So far, we've got Barthez, Cantona, Henry. We're going to add to this Laurent Blanc and Marcel Desailly. By the way, by getting Desailly in defence, you might just have made the team stronger, I think, because the midfield is stacked. Absolutely stacked. GT is in, by the way. Welcome in, GT. Great to see you. Hope you and the fam are all fabulous. Ryan Black, surely Christophe Dugarry is an automatic pick. If we're picking Birmingham's best ever 11, yes. Will he get past Vieira, Makelele, Petit, Deschamps? Not sure. Leboeuf was an average Premier League player, but a cultured one. Believe Leboeuf is now a French actor. Goodness me. Well, look, we've offered up former World Cup winner and Champions League winner Rafa Varane, and the chat have gone for Frankie Leboeuf. So there is our back three. Thank you kindly. Fabulous work, everybody. Fabulous work. GT, things are good. Fabulous. And Simon Cantona is an actor as well. Something about the French. May we, Simon? May we? I've made a little change. George Wilson and McGlinchey not playing well together. They've got that little line. So I'm just going to bring in old Frimpong for a game. Could be his last. Potentially on the move. Real France 98 feel about that back three. Oh, do you know who I've forgotten for the midfield as well? Djurkaeff. Yuri Djurkaeff. I didn't even factor him into the midfield. With Robert Pires, Vieira, Petit, Makelele at the base. Goodness me. It's stacked. How did Harrison Thompson play in the last game? Did well. 2 goals, although one didn't count because I didn't like it. Okay. We go again, and we're taking on Poole Town 11th. It's one of those 50-50 games that we probably should be getting the upper hand in. GT. We are all very well, GT. But that pales into insignificance as to how good you are. So I'm pleased to hear that you're on fine form. Gallas was top-notch. Leboeuf picked. Go figure, Francisco. Go figure. And got no game. Oh, sorry. I've already mentioned that. Got no game. Thank you. That goal is literally the kind of goal your tactics is designed around. I don't want to go... I don't want to go forwards vertically, if that makes sense, Simon. I want to get it down to the wingers and then high balls coming from out wide. Not as keen on wide balls coming from deep. They're a bit of a punt, a bit of a hit and hope. I want to see a marked improvement from everybody. We've elicited some kind of response. Nice trip down to Dorset for the Poole game. Absolutely. We had a fabulous journey on the bus. 4-2-3-1. Now, football aficionados, I was trying to research this the other day and got absolutely nowhere. You won't care about this because you don't support Birmingham. But we have a left back called Longello. And it's not this player. This is Rosaire Longello. But he started out at West Ham like the Birmingham fullback started out. Are they brothers? So I can see no. I said I'd have to scout to know their favoured personnel. But Birmingham have a left back called Longello. Is this a little brother? Not that makes a huge amount of difference. That's our Longello. Is he from the Democratic Republic of Congo? He is. They've got to be brothers, haven't they? Haven't they? Be another signing for Birmingham there. Anyway, we digress. Let's get out of that. Just thinking out loud. Tough. Let's talk about Birmingham, by the way. Well, those highlights are a little swift, aren't they? Birmingham played bottom of the table Wigan on Saturday. We took an early lead as well, away from home. That was good. We had a penalty that we missed as well. Good chance for Blissett. And we drew 1-1. Bottom of the table. Lifted Wigan off the foot. Means that we're now 19th in a 24-team division. It was 7 points ahead of the relegation zone. This is why I come and play with Kingstonian, just for a little bit of light relief from real life. That's what we want to do. Now we deliver. That's the goal. Simon, if you watch that, there's the goal. That's what I'm after. Get the ball in the centre of midfield. Feed the winger. Beat a man. Ball into the box. Stooping header from Tomo. I love this. Quick 1-2. Look at that. Oh, it's delightful. We got 2 men in the box. 1 unmarked. We're in the lead against Poole. Pleased with that. Pleased with that. Simon, that's it. That's what I'm trying to... Oh, not this. That's what I'm trying to do. So, not from centre-backs, kind of vertical balls. More direct play from the wide areas. I don't mind the punts from the left-backs, you know, or the right-backs. But just not from centre-halves. Now, this is where... Oh, I thought you could have checked that ball back to the left-back and we could have delivered from there. Never mind. There is the left-back. Now, you see, that's just nothing, that. And now we've got to win it back all over again. That's terrible. Okay, let's build. What do we got? So from there, I want you to hit the right winger. Feed it out. No. No, no, no. Don't count. Not interested. Don't like it. What's going on here? What's going on? Rosaire is his older brother, Talis. Thank you very much. Good research. Joshua, as is tradition, Wigan start trying when the clocks go forward. Wow, yeah, and we've not tried since the World Cup. Oh, Mike, you're in. You saw. Yeah, but I don't like this goal, Mike. This one. I mean, I like this element, the target forward linking up with the, you know, the more sprightly striker. I just didn't like the kind of the aimless punt that led to it. I know it produced a mistake, but I wanted him to feed the right winger. So in terms of tactics, Mike, I've already got so much on and I'm trying to feed it down the left and the right. I don't know what else I can do other than player traits, which is tough to train into players who are probably going to be leaving. So, I don't know. I think I've just got to live with it a little, haven't I? Absolutely Farragrass. We might even stay up this season. QPR being dragged into the battle. I mean, they started so well, didn't they? Sorry, let's cancel that. Yeah, QPR in a spot of bother. And there is said Longolo. And that's a good chance. Still vulnerable from set plays. You don't need the focus play either, to be honest. Is it just something that's purely on there to make me feel like I've ticked something? That's what I like. Feed the wingers. And I don't mind that. I don't mind that more lateral ball. I would have had that goal gladly. From a wide player, that slightly more diagonal ball in behind defenders. I like. That's where I want my advance forward racing onto them like we just saw there. It's the ones from the centre-backs that relies on a mistake from the opposition that I'm not quite so keen. Paula Radcliffe playing in goal, by the way. Whew. She's had a change of career. I like this as well. 4 on target from 4 shots. Very nice. Very nice. We've even got a right-back averaging above a 7, which... What do we got here, Mike? The focus play will shift your central midfielders side to side. You don't need that. I will take it off immediately. By the way, Mike, if your ears have been burning, we were talking about you and Isaac earlier and about the very patient work that you've been doing. That's it. Don't get complacent. The very patient work you were doing with me over the weekend to try and inject some data analytics into how we're playing. Frimpong is bad. Okay, here we go then. Take that off. So that should help the central midfielders stay a little more central, should it? How do you know all these things though, Mike? Where do you get this information? Is it all observation, or is there some kind of Football Manager Bible that you've got all this from? We got a corner. We've not scored from a set piece in a long time. Until now. Lovely, lovely stuff. We are doing all right now. 3-0 up against Poole. They will naturally look outside. The focus play shifts you'll see. Okay, sorry. The groundsman with a tough job later after Poole has... I get that reference. Got no game as well. Thank you very much for that. I get that reference. Mike, missed it, was having lunch. Oh, no. Bodnar. Levi Amanci on. Checks go down there. Okay. We can cope with that. It's a knee injury. Oh, that's cruciate, isn't it? That's a 9-monther. Playing well, though. Oh, no. Set play time. Oh, well claimed. Now, come on. Kick fast. Go. Now. Immediately. There. It's to nobody. Okay, we defend again. Here we go. Pick up the scraps. Don't let them go in behind you. That's a big no-no. That's a big no-no. Another player I've had on trial, by the way. They can't get in behind us when we're playing a deep line and drop off. So, I don't like that. You need to be there. Really. And he's run... Shackelford's not challenged. I don't like it. Don't like that bit at all. Is Lewis Kinsella related to the legendary Mark Kinsella? We believe so, God. We think it's his son. Let me tell you what I'm basing that off. Lewis Kinsella came through at Aston Villa, and I'm pretty sure Mark Kinsella had a spell as an Aston Villa player. I know he played for Charlton as well, didn't he? He's not in the... I don't think Mark Kinsella's in the database, although he did used to be a non-league manager. So, we think so. Anyway, see how easy it is to distract me there. Greeno, you actually likely to be at Poole Town on Wednesday for... Wow. What a cup final this is. The Dorset Senior Cup final. Oh, goodness me. Paula Ratcliffe has come rushing out. And we can't capitalise. There she is with the goal kick, though. That's decent. Terrible header. Absolutely awful. Our chances not helped by the fact that you've got a league game. You've got 2 games in 2 days, Greeno. Goodness me. Are you on the PA for both, or is the first one away from home? No, you see. Oh, good Lord. How are they getting in behind our defence like that? We can't play much deeper. And it's him again, and there's just no desire to track his run. Look, you've just watched him run behind you. It's just... We're going to end up losing this game, aren't we? Okay. Changes need to be... Hello, Neil's in. Hello. They dropped and allowed the winger to receive on feet. Neil, you were away tidying up the garage. Did Basil Bolly and Philip Mexes? Oh, where were those? Philip Mexes would have been better, wouldn't he? Anyway, happened again. Look at the replay. They are receiving facing the goal, not behind the D line. On the PA... Oh, sorry. Hello. You're on the PA for the league game, but not for the cup final. Liam is Mark's son. Great research. Nobody does research better than the chat. The issue is the winger. Their winger or my winger, Mike? Mark has a son called Liam, who also plays for Walsall. Tallis. Superbly done. Let's try and give our fullbacks more support then down the flanks. Mattia is in. How did Milan get on Mattia at the weekend? The Oppo winger. Okay, so let's try and give the opposition winger something more to think about then, shall we? When you're 3 goals up, you usually drop to a mid-low block with a low defensive line, drop off more and maximise the time wasting. That's difficult for me to do, God. I'm already there. So I start how you end. Get rid of drop off more. All right. We go again. We go again. Thanks, Wolf. That's what a good director of football does, though, Mike, and Wolf's the best in the business. It's very reasonably priced as well. See, I don't like those aimless ones. Now we've got to win the ball back again, and we've done that. There's Kinsella. Tomo is in. Akers. Good goal. Direct balls from the fullbacks, yes. Direct balls from the centre-backs, not as keen on. I like those diagonals behind the defence, though. See, this is poor play from them. Like that. All right, it's a bit agricultural because he took it first time, but I like that goal. I like that. Same issue with the fullback giving space to the winger. Proceed. Okay, so my tactical changes hadn't actually come into effect yet. It was me celebrating, having pulled off a masterstroke. Wasn't the case. This would make it convincing, though, if we could get another. Instead, we're facing a counter-attacking break. Not exactly in any great rush to get back up. And so, what's the diagnostics here? It's Jabbar again. I think that's his hat trick. So, I'm not. Is Wood? It's hard to tell whether he's a fullback or not. Are you playing with higher defensive? No, lower. That was just stupid defending. I mean, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 around him. But nobody really, I don't know, nobody particularly tight. You've decided to step up. That's McGlinchey, the midfielder. You've kind of rotated with Milner Smith. So I can kind of understand that because you want to go and close down. Milner Smith has got that covered. Or Kinsella is covering around as the fullback. There's no danger there. No danger. There's no danger. Where's the danger? There's no danger there. Really. You've got two players, one of whom should be able to sweep that up, I would have thought. Even there, I'd say we're favourites. Favourites. Still favourites. Getting closer. It's an even race. We're in a spot of bother. We're done for. And Asagi he's looking for treasure down there. Oh, good Lord. Good Lord. Mike, you're looking at the end of the play. The issue usually comes way before the final ball. I don't know whether it did there. I'd have thought 6 players around their one striker would be sufficient to snuff that out in most cases. But it wasn't there. There's just no danger. Well, there's probably not enough closing down of that man, granted. And that's due to the fact that our right back's gone off injured. I've moved our right winger to right back and Levi Amanchi's on the right wing with his terrible work rate and teamwork. So that could be the issue there. But, oof, I don't know. I think we should have defended that one, personally. Cheddar USA. Do they make cheddar in the USA? I thought that was a very English thing. Big fan of your videos. So many great save ideas. Never seen you live before. Well, here I am. It's got to be very early on in your day, hasn't it, Cheddar? Let us know where in the States you are. We love visits from the other side of the Atlantic. Oh, wow. They set up pretty high. Yes, didn't they? Mike, they have 3 players near the ball before that diagonal pass is played. Look at it. Stop there. There you go. Yeah. So the closing down wasn't there. I realised that. Yeah, I see. 1, 2, 3 options. They got Wooden Woods, and that's just going to confuse our boys, isn't it? And Leathers, that's a nice name. If we were to zoom out a little more, by the way. Can we not do that? We can't do that. That's during the game. I was wondering whether... No, that won't work either. I was wondering whether they had even more men free than that, if we could see them here. So, Blissett's not working hard enough. The right winger's not working hard enough, but he's got 3 there. Shackelford's naturally dropped off. I don't know. I'm not going to say that I know how to fix this problem, Mike. I can just diagnose it as not good. And we've got 13 minutes still to see out. So let's think about what we can do here. Well, we got Thompson on a hat-trick. I'm going to do something odd and take Thompson off and bring a Manchie up front and play Preston there. And I'm actually going to move that up. Cheddar, where are we? You're in West Virginia, but you're a Welshman, are you? Oh, okay. Cheddar, the defence is on top. Yeah, no, not our defence anyway. Rook, the solution to get the whole opposition team sent off with red cards. How do we do that though, Rook? Because I like the sound of that as a tactic. That sounds all right to me. Here we go then. We got a corner, which I immediately think means a counter. And I'm looking at this here. I'm looking at McGlinchey on the halfway line, thinking he's going to get outpaced by who I assume is Jabor. Oh, Preston. It's a good chance. Good sight. Should have hit the target there, I fancy. Well, we're still ahead on the XG. But another player, by the way, that I've had on trial. Decided not to go with. The scouts are doing a good job. If nobody else... Oh, they've got to be... Oh, good Lord. That's got to be offside, though, hasn't it? Thank you. Got to be offside. How we're catching them offside with our low line, I don't know. Go on. Oh, you can't even foul him. Come on. Here we go, Blissett. Win that. Come on, Levi. Oh, Levi. I wanted him to burst onto that. That's a good win. Look at the acres of space, Mike, in the midfield, by the way. And that... I can't deal with that kind of defending, to be honest. I thought the winter update had done for that. What? I mean, what is this? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's a me thing. I don't see that in football very often. Personally. I don't see that all that often. And it seems to happen a lot in Football Manager. Poor performance by the central midfielders. They were giving a lot of space to the opposition. It's 4-4. How aggressive can we be, really? Okay, Lewis Kinsella was upset about that. What else we got there? Would you, where would you be in the league based on XG? Got no game. Well, we can check that out in a moment. You said it. Look at all that space. Thank you. And Digi, did you arrive in time? You've arrived in time, Digi, for us to lose our job. So,
good evening, everybody.
It's a treat to have you with us, Digi, by the way. Might have to play with a sweeper. I don't... Do you know what? The area of Football Manager tactics that I think bamboozles me the most. Mike saying take that off. And that off. Although I like that, personally. I like that. I want to reduce the vulnerability of giving up space in behind. That sounds like something I want. But the area I have the most problem with is defence. I do not know, because I'm trying to do everything I can here to set up a backline that doesn't give away soft goals, doesn't make silly mistakes. And granted, it could be that we don't have great personnel, although I think for the level we're at, this is maybe not stellar, but reasonable, I think. And And I don't think 2 6'4" centre-backs, both with good jumping reach, should be losing so many balls in the air or just having them go over them, I think. Anyway, Rook, we need to fail up. Well, we're doing the fail part right now. Archie, oh wow. You have Janos Bodnar. I do. Is this a player you know? You went to primary school with him? Is that a thing? From Peterborough. He played for Peterborough Academy when we were younger. Not sure if he still... That's where we picked him up from. Archie. Fabulous that we got one of the players you know, did you? You've heard stories of an old tactic that was used years and years ago called the 1-1-8. I prefer the 8-1-1 personally. Drop-off increases the space between the 2 4-man lines. Well, that certainly makes sense. That certainly makes sense. You need to deny the space there, not give it away. That makes sense. But even after we dropped it, Mike, they got in behind, and I don't like it. Mr. Truth, in Llama we trust. Are you new here, Mr. Truth? We've got time for one more game. We're playing Dorking away. I mean, on the face of it, form's not been terrible this stream. Yes, but look at the goals. We've shipped 10 in 3. 10 in 3. When you're trying to, and the whole thing you're trying to do is be more compact. Not ideal, is it? Not ideal. I'm just going to put this out there. And got no game, I know what you're thinking. Have we given up on Dibble too early? Did we really give him the chances that he needed? Did we have the network around Dibble to get the best out of it? Anyway, Got No Game did say, where would we be based on XG? Team detailed. Attacking. Let's have a little look. Where will we find the expected goals? Not there. Okay. Is it in the general stuff? It's not. Expected goals over. Oh, expected goals 4. Here we go. Well, we'd be doing better than we're doing now. Got No Game. I'll say that. Matty, the thing you did when you conceded too many through balls was to press less often with the defenders, lower the defensive line, and also remove the mark tighter instruction. Matty, those are a lot of the instructions I've got on, actually. And it worked with Belina Mallard, so you're dealing with a similar, standard of player. Archie remembers Janos was always levels above us. Lunch times were difficult. He played his first game for Hungary youth team a few years ago, or a few years after you left primary. XG table is linked from the main league table. Is that right? Did I go a very complicated route to find it? The squad are not happy, by the way. Not happy. I don't suppose Archie, I don't suppose you know Ruben Curley. Oh no, he came through at Man United. Are you a Peterborough fan, by the way, Archie? Are you a posh fan, being a local? They're having a difficult season, I think, in real life. I used to teach one of their players. No, Western Supermare have made that approach. Oh. Fringe player. He wants 110 quid a week. We can offer him £1. Come on, if you won't plumb and play for Kingstonian for £1, where are you in life? Fine. If you want to play hardball, Josh. Board lift the transfer embargo. Have I just missed something about it all falling through? You wouldn't say you're a big fan. You go to maybe 5-10 games a season. That's a decent fan. That's a decent fan there. What have I missed then? What have I missed? Board lift the... Oh, personal... Oh, here we go. Oh, hang on. Sorry. A consortium led by Exeter-based investor Tony Palmer has successfully completed a takeover, replacing Frankie Mullen. He's revealed that he's delighted by the deal and wants to make a difference. So give me a wage budget. No further investment will be made at this stage. We're expecting to, current season, finish mid-table and then start repairing the club's financial damage. Have you at least cleared the debts? Oh, hello. Hold on. They've cleared the debts. Now, there's no news that next season... Oh, it's gone up to 4.1k for next season, which is still not great. Maybe a bit more realistic, but still not great. But we have cleared the debts at least. Okay, that gives us something to work with next season if we still have a job. That's a big if. By the way, how good are press conferences when I just click on that same option every time and they go fine. Dorking are 16th. We are 14th. Llama enjoys... Oh, have I just answered that? Have I? Oh, okay. Bowyer says Heath is not for sale. I think I might have just said in the press conference that we're signing him. Never mind. First investment must be quick and tall defenders. They are like unicorns in tier 6, though. Tall ones, easy enough to find. Getting quick centre-halves that are also tall, that's difficult. Hated by the press. Yeah, I've only recently started going to press conferences. That could be why. Bodnar is struggling for fitness. So, we're going to do that and that. Okay. We're going to do that in the midfield. I know, that's not great. The front two are playing all right. Lewis! Still at work. Thought I'd pop in and say hello. Great to see you. I missed the Baggies result. The Baggies on TV Friday night. Did I see that they were a goal up early and then I didn't watch the rest of the game? Is that accurate? Hopefully the Baggies got a good result for you. Welcome in, Lewis. Good to see you. Form, Lewis, by the way, off the edge of a cliff, I'm afraid. Not going great at all. Okay, here's a thing we can try then. Maybe the defenders are pressing too much and that's drawing them out of position. Maybe we could try that. Maybe we could even try that and just hope that the opposition instructions that I have, which are to try and get some pressure on them in the midfield, trigger the press on them. Maybe that will be sufficient and that will stop positional play being so poor, maybe. You lost 2-0 to Hull. Sorry, you were a goal down when I tuned in, not a goal up. Apologies for that. Where's that leave you in the table then, Lewis? Are you still in the playoff hunt? Is it still on? Is it close? Or are you slipping down? Is it time to get Brucey back? He's got to wash up again. Has he retired now from management or is he going to wash up again somewhere? Am I happy with everything else? I think I am. Let's try. Here we go. So, Dorking. I feel like we have a decent record against Dorking. I'm not... Oh, no, we don't. They've got Sam Vokes. Ooh. Ooh, no, I don't like that. Isaac O'Leary, I recognise as well. Why do I recognise you? When did I have you, Isaac? MK Dons and Weymouth. I'm sure I've picked him up on a free and another save at some point. Anyway, back we go. Into the dressing room. We need something rousing. Pump the fists. Go and put on a show. Okay, not rousing. Not the Churchillian speech that I was looking for. But we go. Here we go. So they are, 4 points behind us. Definitely not Brucey again. We're still just outside the playoffs. So you're close. You're close. Really tight. You got Cov, you got Hull, you got Sunderland. Could be anybody that nicks that playoff place. I'll tell you who it couldn't be. Your rivals from across the West Midlands. We are very much looking down now, not up. Oh, don't chest. Oh, come off it. I don't know why you chest it down in your own box, to be honest, rather than catch it. I mean, you're inside, you catch that. No, you don't. You do that. So it brings us back to the Dibble argument, doesn't it? Brings us back to Dibble. Oh, dear me. Not a nice goal to concede. No, Archie, not my favourite one, I would say. Oh, and they're in behind our left full back. He's made a good save there, but honestly, that was poor, wasn't it? Poor decision-making. Poor execution after his poor decision-making. Keepers, I don't know whether, to be honest, defenders have been fixed, Gary, to be honest. Oh, there's a penalty. Okay. Well, in fairness, are any goals nice to concede? No. No. Probably not. You're right. Sam Vokes. Oh, he's Penenkered him. And we're 2-0 down to Dorking. Dorking below us in the league. We're 2-0 down to Dorking very early. Mike, look away now. I've had enough, Mike, to be honest. I've had enough. So, diddly-dee. I've just, honestly, Mike, I know we've spent a lot of time talking through this, but I just can't watch it anymore, Mike, to be honest. Maybe the problem, Mike, is with the original vision. Kinsella and Harper. My vision for being tight at the back and playing on the counter-attack. Don't have it in me, Mike. Don't have it in me. So why don't we just do what Football Manager wants us to do? Which is just do that. That's what Football Manager wants. Give them the hairdryer treatment. Don't own a hairdryer, Sean, which might surprise you. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not do that or that or do that. Do that. Okay. I mean, can it get worse? Can it get much worse? I don't know. I don't know. We are now, by my maths, what's that? 13 points outside the playoffs, 1 point ahead of our opponents, and just really waiting to get called into the boardroom, I feel. That's a good tackle. Come on then, McGlinch. What you got? There we go. It's not the player you want in behind, really. He scored, but that's not the pacey one. The other two have got the pace. And yet, he was the one that received the through ball. It's a good finish, though, isn't it? It's a good ball as well by Amanchi, to be fair. Low percentage effort. Their goalkeeper's as bad as ours. Tom Watson. Former Masters champion. I mean, getting on in years now. Well, we've had more efforts now. Oh, that's poor, though, isn't it? That's poor. And I'm just waiting for them to play that ball in behind our defence and run onto it, really. That one. Yeah, and we don't cover it, and they score. It's just routine, isn't it? What do you mean, Monkey? How far behind have you got on the old live stream? You're not on Fridays by mistake, are you? Friday was a simpler time, by the way. He's a good player, isn't he? Olali. He's good. We are poor. 4-1 down by half time. Amanchi, I mean. 6'6" there, and he didn't challenge for a header. What are you doing? Come on, you've got 3 up front to hit. Do it. That's good. That's it. Oh, it's come off his backside. Never mind. As you were, people. It was the right idea, but it hit him on the bottom. And then over the top. Oh, we've won it. And we've given it away again. And then clip it in behind our defence. And it's all yours there. There we go. Yeah. Oh, it's a bit of an Alamo feel to it here. Are we giving away another pen? Not quite. Well done. And then just hack it away. Oh, it's gruesome. Gruesome. Not sure exactly where the answers are. Not sure. Oh dear, that's another one. Let's just leave that playing now. I can wash my hands of it a little. It's disallowed, is it? What are the answers then? So it's more like little bit. Yeah, it's really tough going at the moment. A lot of it, I think, is down to morale and momentum. You know, once the players start to get a little bit down, you get into this little spiral that's very hard to fight, I think. No gesture. Show me something better in the second half. There we go. I think you've lost the dressing room, Sean. I think you're right, you know. Not only have I not lost it, Sean, I'm 3 seasons in here. And, you know, sometimes whatever team talk you give, it's just all positive responses. I don't feel like I've ever got that. Part of me thinks that's because I've only got to do 1 coaching badge in 3 years here. So all of my mental attributes are very, very low because I started with no badges and no experience. So I'm still almost oh, that's poor. I'm still like a, I don't know, like a limp lettuce, really. I've got no, oh dear. I've got no motivation skills. I've got no, I don't think the level of discipline's even that high, despite the fact that I fine everybody. What are these little arrows, by the way? Is that so people know how to get out and how to get in? Like, this is the direction. Or have we built this on a disused IKEA? Well, this is Dorking's ground. Why have Dorking got little arrows? I'm intrigued. Hang on for a second. No. Back we go. This is where you get in and out. So what are these for here? And what do the bollards do? Because you could open that gate, but are you swinging an ambulance through there? And what's this little chair for? I don't know. Close to the litter bin. Never mind. Just seems like some of the other teams are just on a different level. Coming up against former Prem players. Yeah, there's a bit of that. It's definitely a bit of that. But they're not... If you're going to take over a small club and get out of the Vanarama National Leagues, you've got to outperform the player's ability. And we're not doing that. Definitely not doing that. I mean, I don't know. Is this a 4-1 game or have they just been pretty ruthless? Don't know. I'm not sure it's a 4-1 game, but we cannot defend. Amanchi's injured. Oh, that's a pain. Not sure what else we've got on the bench that could come on. We got Darlington. Come on then, darling. In fact, yeah, go on attack then. Go on, darling. Here we go. Final 5 minutes. Is it going to be an astounding comeback? It could be. Here's the first. There's Darling. Go on. Turn and volley. No. Oh dear. Oh goodness. It's not great, is it? Now we've recovered. You see, we've got 5 defenders, 6 defenders, 7 defenders against 2 players. How good is Vokes in the air? Because he seems unplayable, but he can't be any better than Blissett, I would have thought. Okay, so we've lost the dressing room. So you want to throw the water bottle, but it doesn't. That doesn't help us, does it? We'll be a bit more measured. a little bit more cautious than that. Goodness me, another appalling stream in terms of results. That was wretched. Let's be brutally honest. That was awful. I cannot see us being at this club for the next stream. I don't think. I'm fairly sure the sack is imminent. I'm not entirely sure how we try and fix it. We will go away. We will go and think. But here's what we're going to say. Wednesday, we're going to be picking the midfield three of our all-time French 11. That's at least something to look forward to. By the way, Wednesday is hump day. By the time we get through Wednesday's stream, it's almost the weekend. By Friday, the board could well have put us out of our misery, and we might be starting afresh somewhere new. Who knows? Maybe not even in England. We've got all that to look forward to. But thank you to everybody. 284 of you. 285 now have popped in and said hello during today's stream. That is support beyond what we are worthy of. And we will see you on Wednesday when we'll see whether we're still at this club. And if we are, how we're trying to get ourselves out of this mess